Hello, my name is Ariana Dewing. I'm a professional ballerina, choreographer, and instructor. I'm so excited to be here with you today and share with you my healing journey through Lifewave. It all started in November 2018. I was teaching and I was showing a stretch where I was holding my leg in my hand. As soon as I let go, I looked down and I felt like my leg had fallen out of the socket. It was really strange. I wasn't in any pain, yet I could tell as I tried to walk, the leg just wasn't coming with me. It was almost like I had to swing my whole right side over just so I could get the momentum enough to use that leg. Knowing it was pretty serious, but not really sure what it was, I went to the doctor, and he had horrible news for me. He not only said I had torn my labrum, but I also had osteoarthritis in my hip bone. It had basically disintegrated the bone to the point where there was no way for him to even do surgery. Now, I was looking at other options at the time, and one of them was stem cell injections. However, ethically, I couldn't stand behind that, and I also read statistically that there's 30% chance your body rejects the injection. I didn't want to go down that route, and not being in any pain, I thought, well, I can stay in shape, I can keep teaching from a chair. I had assistants in every class, so I was able to do that. And I also kept training from doing floor bar, where it's basically dancing ballet, but you do everything on the floor. So I was really disciplined with that, because even though the doctor said there was no hope, there was no way to do surgery, and there was no way I would ever dance again, I was just determined that I would dance again, and I didn't feel like it was the end for me. So I didn't know what to do, and it was honestly kind of crazy when my father-in-law, who's an incredible health researcher, guru, you name it, people just go to him when they have any kind of problem, and he suggested I try these patches. So I wasn't really that excited to try these patches, but I also thought I have nothing else to lose, and so why not? I put it on, and after 3 weeks, these patches seemed to create some sort of energy in my hip, and I felt like there was circulation again. I felt like there was something changing inside of me, and I wasn't sure what it was. So 3 weeks go by, and I realize my right glute is firing again. Now, the right glute hadn't fired ever since I tore my labrum, because a labrum is the ligament that connects your leg to your glute, your torso. It's kind of what you use to rotate and everything in dance. So I was really excited when I realized that my right glute was firing again. And I kept training on the floor, and I realized, you know, I'm going to start training standing up now. I'm going to keep going with this. And it was incredible. And so let me just give you a little timeline of these events. In December of 2018, I was injured, and I spent the entire year trying to perform and trying to teach and all these different things. And it wasn't until November of 2019 that I found out about Lifewave. So in December of 2019, after I had felt a lot better, and I realized, oh, my glute's firing again, I'm able to put weight on this leg, I'm going to start training, my dance partner called me. Now, I have a dance partner of the past 10 years, and he's one of the most incredible ballet dancers in the world, and his name is Edgar Nicolian. And Edgar and I have performed since I was 18, and we love performing together, and we've been through a lot injury-wise and everything. So it was hard to be injured and know that we had so much going on. We had been very committed to our own training. We're always meeting up in the studio and rehearsing long hours, and it was really heartbreaking. I know for him also, because he had just gotten over tearing his meniscus, and so we were like, finally, we're going to perform again, and then I got injured. So December of 2019, he calls me, and he says, how are you doing? And I said, I think that I'm getting better. I know it's been almost a year now of being injured and trying all these different ways to get back into the scene. And he said, well, I have an opportunity for us to perform in Switzerland. Now, one of my top goals of my career was to perform in Europe. It just was something that I had to do, and I was 30 years old, on crutches, the doctor telling me I'm never going to dance again, and my dance partner is saying, hey, you want to come dance with me and perform in Europe? And I mean, of course, all of me wants to say, yes, of course. I mean, this has been my prayer and my dream my whole life. But at the same time, I don't want to do a disservice. I mean, ballet to me is everything. And if it isn't at peak levels, I don't want to be doing it. I don't want to make him look bad, and I don't want to waste anyone's time. So it was an incredible miracle when I got on that plane in December and we performed. And it was also a testimony of Lifewave's products, because I had been slowly telling people about this patch and how it really had helped me and how I thought I was going to dance again, even though the doctor said I wouldn't. And, you know, all of that goes with a grain of salt when you're telling people these things. So to actively be able to be on that stage and performing was one of the most memorable events of my life. And had I not even known what was coming in 2020, the world shutting down from the pandemic, I would have never had that experience had Lifewave's stem cell patches not actually worked. That's just one of the many blessings that I've received since using Lifewave's products. X39 is so wonderful that I decided to try the energy enhancer. And I would do little experiments where I will perform a variation without it, and then I'll put the patch on my wrist, then I'll perform the same variation with it. I'll film myself. I haven't gone as far as to check heart rates and things like that, but honestly, I would love to do more experiments about how it's really helping dancers, because dancers, we're athletes too, and I think a lot of the time we just get kind of overlooked with the strenuous activity that we're putting our body through. But we have to know how to treat our body and how to heal from the work that we're putting ourselves through. So to know that X39 actually works, and to know that at 30 years old, I can have a whole career ahead of me because of the healing that has been done in just a matter of months, with something that even if I got this best surgeon in the world to do the surgery, that's still about a year that I'm going to have to rehab and relearn how to walk and all of those other things. So when I heard about X39, it was the most perfect timing. I had just finished touring across country. I was performing in musicals all throughout 2021. And at the end of the year, Edgar and I were asked to perform in Nutcracker in Los Angeles. And we were going to perform the Sugar Plum Fairy and Cavalier Pas de Deux, which is, if you know the Nutcracker or ballet, it's about 15 minutes. It's very strenuous, and it's very beautiful, but it's not something that you just go out and do. We had been working months and months for this performance. So when I told him about X39, and then X49 was supposedly a performance enhanced patch that really works well with X39, I was super excited. So it was kind of funny. Under our costumes in Nutcracker, we had all these patches. We had the energy one, X39, X49, and I don't even want to know what it would be like without those patches, because I just felt a sense of clarity. My stamina felt amazing, and I just felt like I had an edge that I had never had before in my performing. So I'm so thrilled to share this with other dancers and athletes, because I think it's something that sounds almost like it's too good to be true. But it's not. I am living proof. And I just want to say thank you so much, Lifewave, for really giving me my career back. And I don't think I would be dancing today without X39 and the blessings that come of those patches. So thank you guys, and thank you for giving me the time to share my story with you today. Bye.